Yes, people. Welcome again to another episode of the Exs and Os metaverse. Are we calling it that? Are we calling it the metaverse?
We're putting out an NFT soon. I'm gonna put out some NFT artwork in Jordani. We're gonna make some collectible NFTs on the Exs and Os blockchain. In Jordani, we got DJ J. We got retired Hanif.
Yeah.
You know, we got Blitz George, super rare NFT. Blitz George, he was there for 10 seconds.
Chelsea.
And then we got what's it? Kent Committee edition Emeka.
Kent Committee,
Mr. Exile.
Listen, once an exile, always an exile.
Always an exile, yeah.
Always an exile, man. Always an exile, yeah, man. But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Exs and Os podcast. I'm myself, the Bronze Bomber, aka Mecca, and we got P also here. Like I said, we're here. Manning. Like I said, yeah, there you go, Playboy Manning, undefeated in Romania, as a QB.
As a QB.
Undefeated QB.
All right, go on.
Undefeated as a QB. You know, but took a very, very strong L that we won't go.
No, we'll talk about it. So I lost in Romania the other day. All right, so what happens basically? Hop off the plane. I'm like, about to mess it up again. You know, 1-0, undefeated quarterback. You know, they got this import guy from Mexico. He played college ball in Mexico. Decent arm. I was like, okay, fine. I get to play wide receiver out here. So I land pretty late in Romania, wake up for the game the next day, and the OC comes up to me and is like, yeah, you're playing running back today. And I was like, excuse me?
Oh god.
And I was just like, they got me playing running back. And then he went, I'm cornerback. I was just like, oh my god. So basically, what happens is the Serbian team comes down. I think it's a Serb Blue Dragons, and they are every bit the muscle-bound Eastern European, just stocky gym bro type bodies. No more intimidating than anything I've seen in the Prem or at O's. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was overwhelmed. But I looked at my team, then I looked at their team, and I was just like.
It's long. It's long.
I was just like, it's long. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So my first ever carry, I have a dive play. Get 6 yards. I'm like, you know what? This ain't so bad. Second play, get a pitch play, and O-line just stops blocking, and I'm getting hit by a 6'4" Serbian. And we basically have no positive players after that. I think we have one passing touchdown in the fourth. I didn't give up any touchdowns at cornerback. I did give up a big catch. Someone caught a big ball over me. I had my hand on it, but I just didn't swipe it away. He took it away. The dude was big. He's like 6'5". But I tackled him before he could get in the end zone. And I have never been a part of a loss that bad. I think we lost by about 40, 50 points. Like I've never been a part of it. That was different, but I was happy to just play ball, you know what I mean? Because as you know, I'm not really playing ball in the UK at the moment. So any opportunity I get to play, I'm playing right now. And that was rough. Now I know how it feels to be in exile.
This guy. Listen, man. We're going through a transition period.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
We're going through a transition period. We took a hefty L on the weekend, but like I said, we moved. Like I said,
yeah.
You know, the better team won on the day. You know.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, I think what I've seen with your new QB, you know, he's learning.
Yeah.
He's learning. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough. You're playing good teams. They're not. Bad teams, they're good. You're losing to good teams. You're not losing to bad teams. You beat the O's, so you know you're losing to the best teams. You're not losing to just anybody, so it's fine.
Yeah, Prem South is mad though. I think Prem South, anybody can beat anybody. Anybody can beat.
Even did you see the Warriors score?
Yeah, the usually Blitz lost.
The Blitz lost, but I thought that the Warriors would do better than what was it, 20-something points?
Apparently, the defense have been boiling out this year, and I'm not surprised because the Blitz defense, like shout out to Coach Burford, like Coach Duncan Burford is one of the top elite coaches in this country. Like defensively sound. You know, his defense is bend and they don't break. Like he's like if you got people like DJ, you know, leading the team. You know, DJ's come from the crop where he was kind of the last Avengers, you know, from the real Blitz, you know, when Blitz
I'm a liar. The Warriors put up 43.
43?
Yeah, they put up 43.
But the score says 26. You sure?
I'm looking at the or maybe that was the old score. What the hell?
Yeah, that was the old score. Definitely it was like 26-2. So they must have got to say.
You know what? I'm looking at the Baffa Instagram page, and I think they showed the previous score.
Okay.
From the last time they played each other.
Okay. Yeah.
Is British football getting worse?
Bro, let me be honest with you. Yeah, it's and I'm just gonna say it plain, bro. It's not British football getting worse, bro. The standard of refereeing is horrific, bro.
Wait, so you're saying it's just the refereeing that's causing this?
Bro, this game is played. I think this game is played at a decent speed. For amateur sport, the intensity is there. For amateur sport, in some areas, not all the time, not in all areas, but in some areas and some teams, and shout out to some of those guys. Some people are coming out here to bang, like not even to just one of those things. You know what? People are dedicating time in the gym to come to games, and the game be about the refereeing decisions. It's ruining the sport, bro. And no disrespect to Bafra, like you know, and obviously, and I'm a bit salty because obviously I've come off the back of a loss, to a team that you know we should have been more neck and neck with, but a large part of that loss, and I'm not being salty. 24 hours.
Man, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm being sorry. Because the standard of refereeing in this country, and this is a wrap. It's really, really bad.
Bro,
you know? And I know the referees have a tough job, but you're being paid to make this game flow. Yeah, but you got instances where players are afraid to hit people because they're scared it might be a pass interference, or they're scared it might be 15-yard penalty or unsportsmanlike conduct. Like referees, and no cap, are taking the aggression out of the British game.
You know what? I saw like recently, like you know those like crackback blocks that we used to do. Those are getting blown now. Refereeing is always going to be. I don't think this is going to like, not to minimize what you're saying, but I feel like no matter how good the refereeing is, I feel like players will always complain about refereeing. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. Like in any sport, you know what I'm saying? In any sport. Especially when you lose, man. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that what you're saying is right, because boy, if you're relying on refs to win the game, you weren't gonna win the game. If you're relying on refs to be in the game, you definitely weren't gonna win the game. I feel like, boy, you can't rely on the refs to win. You just can't. You never could. But I have seen some things where I'm just like the refereeing, but I feel like they're overworked. Almost like there's not enough of them. There's not enough officials. I think that has been a problem as of late. In terms of them recruiting refs, like to the point where I'm like, should I just be a BAFA ref?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it.
You know what? I feel like what? I'm gonna inquire about that, because you know what? That's a good little chunk of change.
To make it more colourful, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We need to.
But I feel like you'll be a corrupt ref. Man will be out here giving you.
I am not taking bribes. I'm not taking
one or two bags. Don't lie, man.
I'm not
It's
taking
in your
bribes.
DNA.
I'm not taking bribes at all. I'm not taking bribes. But I feel like that'd be interesting to be a BAFA ref.
Yeah.
But there isn't a lot of them. So maybe that's what we're seeing is that them having to, like, throughout the season, I don't know how many games that group of guys have got a ref, but flipping out, you know.
Yeah.
I know they're struggling right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you know what? Our cap of the day was going to be something different, but the cap of the day is that it's not cap. Sorry. How does this work? Hold on. How does cap of the day work? Do I say something that's cap or do I say something that's not cap?
You can say what you want, bro.
Listen, look, the
Your
statement
Paris.
is, you know what? Okay, you know what? Yeah, right. Look. The statement is British football is getting worse. It's getting worse.
Okay, so what's your rationale for that statement?
Well, just going off of what I'm seeing, I definitely feel like it seems like we're just as far as we ever have been, like for the last maybe 7 years now, 8 years. The lack of parity in the sport has just been a bit awful. You know what I'm saying? You know, bar the blip of the Tamworth Phoenix and then, you know, the short reign of the Blitz. Like, aside from that, there's not been much new blood. I think there's definitely been a massive talent drain, you know, in the sport, or just a lack of talent in general, you know, especially this year. I feel like from the games that I've seen has been the worst year of quarterbacks in a long time. That's just basing it off of Prem South. Not gonna name no names, but from what I've seen, like the standard of the game is quite low, and that's why, you know, you see him kind of run game dominate right now.
Yeah.
You know, if you got an O-line and running back, you're basically almost like you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can stop the run and you can run the ball, that's it. And it's been like that for a while, but now more than ever, like since the days of like Fred Boyle and Jerome, which wasn't too long ago, to be fair, it's just like the passing games just lack it in the sport.
There's not.
It's just not there.
There's no trust in it.
Yeah, got no cues. We got no
Yeah.
cues.
Yeah.
You know, literally none.
Yeah.
You know, bar the kid out at Bristol, and you know, I think the Warriors Q is more of like an athlete playing quarterback. He definitely can sling it, but his legs, and athleticism, and he's got the big O line with the running game, like, you know. But I can't say he's like no pocket passer, like he's dotting teams up. No, that's gonna get me in trouble because I know him.
Listen,
but yeah,
talk to us nice, man.
But you know what it is? Like, he might be the best quarterback in Prem South right now.
Who?
The kid at the Warriors, D.
Oh yeah, D Williams.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's actually, you know, yeah.
So you ain't got no love for Angus Cook, no? Because you.
I'm okay.
Angus,
first of all, as usual, we're gonna be more South dominated because that's what we see. I haven't really seen many Tamworth games like ever. I know Angus I watched Angus in the national championship. He made some plays. I can't say that he was of the standard that Fred Boyle was, you know, or even Jerome was. Do you get what I'm saying? When they were playing in Brit Ball. No, he was definitely a young guy coming in, and as he matures, and he's probably going to get better. But I can't say he was playing at a super high level quarterback wise. No, it was more like he's like 6'4". He can run. They had a nice little running game going, and I think he could kind of sling it deep. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But definitely the quality of players drops quarterback wise in the South. Just hands up in the South right now. And it's making games super boring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd love to see a team with wide receivers, basketballers at wide receiver, cool, like 4 basketballers.
Well, technically, that's Bristol and the Warriors, and you know, and that's no shade to Blitz and Kent either. They've definitely got ballers at receiver, but then it's just like they haven't got any cues that are really throwing the ball. 20 times. I think Kent. How many attempts did you guys have against O's at run plays? Like over 20?
But the last game against Solon, bro. Like I said, we got this QB coming up, boy. Like I said, everyone's gonna see. Like I said, we the tide shifted in the second half.
Oh, okay.
But
Whatever. I want to hear it.
Took to us nice now, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, took to us nice. But I hear what you're saying, bro. Like I said, the QB position is a problem in this country.
It's been sputtering and dying for a while now, and it's definitely making the game less entertaining. You know, if we're ever going to see the sport on a high level, like played to the highest level, develop our players to the highest level, we need people that can throw. You know, the DBs aren't going to be as good. You know, the receivers aren't going to be as good. You know, if we don't have guys that can kind of push the level of play, I feel like the level of play is dipped massively. Like all the old heads are right. You know, Coach Jeremy's right. All of them are right. The game's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. You know, and maybe we need to start petitioning to kind of like relax the rules on imports. I went to Romania.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Romania. Someone asked me to come to Spain the other day. Like, other countries don't suffer with this issue. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Spain now has the Barcelona Dragons in the ELF, and et cetera, because they can bring Americans in. You know?
Yeah.
Us in London, we couldn't even get an ELF franchise together because I think they kept moving the goalposts and the finances part. But also, like, I think deep down, like, a lot of people will say we wouldn't be ready to compete anyway because our domestic game isn't there. Germany now has how many franchises in the ELF that will form GFL teams? They've been at the standard of playing in the international league for a while. You know, it's just disappointing. Like, if we could just pay players, like, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, we need super teams. You do, because it forces everyone to get better. It forces people to tighten up. You know, imagine what your team would be if you just made one positional change at quarterback. It's a different game. It's already just one positional change. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Now you got, instead of 10 people at your game, you got 40, 50. Buying little XLs, t-shirts, and fucking hats. Like, no, but that's serious. Like,
but that's true.
You know,
you're
a Ravens fan. Not even you want to see all run plays.
Nah, I'm tired of that stuff, man. I'm tired of that. But we believe, man. Lamar's out here playing golf.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
Not at OTAs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like the game in Britain is not very explosive, and it shows. You know, now we're gonna go see the. I don't know how we're gonna get to the blue and white game. Are we going to that? Who's going?
I'd love to go. But why is it in Nottingham? I don't know why. Why is everything in Nottingham?
I think it's because it's like Middle Earth, isn't it? It's where everyone can get to. If you're from Scotland, you're from Bristol, you're from London.
It's not Middle Earth, man. It's Nottingham, bro.
Nottingham. Listen, don't even. I'm from South London. I don't know anything outside of South London.
No, but you've traveled though. You've traveled.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. I just hop on the bus or the train or the flight or whatever. I don't know where the hell I am in relation to other things. But Nottingham, I guess, is where the facility is at.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
I'm gonna try and make that game. Like, even if I'm meant to be coaching, or I'll try and make that game. I think it's important for us to like see where we're at. Like, I'm quite concerned. You know, like, they're having a scrimmage at a time when all the international British players are in season right now.
Yeah.
So there's no way this is the best of the country. Like, just putting it out there. Not to say that these are bad players at all, but if those guys hopped on a flight and came back, a lot of these guys would be on the couch.
Damn.
No, but that's serious.
Like,
no, I'm kind of sick of like having to sugarcoat things just to protect people's egos. But it's the truth. Like, our best players are not playing in Britain right now.
100%.
It's frustrating because then I'm talking to guys from other countries like, yeah, England sucks, your national team sucks, blah blah blah. I'm like, our guys don't even play national. They don't care. You know.
What do you think that boils down to? Because is it they can't be bothered to what do you think that boils down to?
That's just it's the same conversation time and time again that is had in so many different rooms all over the country, talking about the national program, and I know they're trying, but it's just hard to do with no money, no funding.
Yeah.
If the program was completely subsidized, I think we'd have a completely different program, and I think
100%.
I think to anyone that is organizing that program long term, that's what they should be looking to do, is to get it completely subsidized so that the players, these are professional athletes you're now talking to, asking them to come put their business on the line to play for GB. They don't get paid, they don't even get prestige, they don't even know when they're playing, they don't have a schedule, and that's what you're asking them to do. And then you're also asking them to pay for the flights and the hotels. And that starts to say some players don't get away with a little, under the table, free flight, blah, blah, blah. But for the majority of them, it's not like that. So they're really like the guys that have first of all, we have to salute everyone that's padded up for that team. Especially if they had NFL prospects, if they had CFL prospects, or they even had GFL contracts or whatever, because they could have got injured in some of those meaningless games. And then that's it. They're now back in the UK for the majority of the season with a season-ending injury or whatever for a GB team that just didn't invest in them.
Just on that note, obviously you got shout out to Target FG.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Dropping comments in the super chat. He said, "I've missed so many training sessions because of money."
Yeah, facts. That's just it. That's it. They don't incentivize them to play, and I just don't think okay, look, if it was a thing where they didn't subsidize it and they did pay, then you need to give these guys a structure that they can believe in, that puts them in position to win. You can't give them 4 practices out of the year, expect chemistry, expect them to play with not the best players in the country. Like all the other guys are like, I'm not going to that. Like if I'm a receiver and I hear like a top British quarterback or whatever is somewhere else, so I'm going to be playing with the 4th or 5th option. Like I'm going to be like, I could just stay in the GFL, get money and party like after a game. Like why would it? We have to understand this. The national program is meant to give them an experience. So if you're not good, if you're going to make them pay for it, it has to be like they're developing well. They're being developed well. They're being invested in time-wise at least, and they're getting the best treatment that they can. Every year they're putting these teams together, and it's all guys that have never played with each other, no chemistry, they don't know each other, and they're going, "Hey, go beat France."
France. They need to beat. What's it called? Who they losing? Sweden? Is it Sweden?
Sweden.
Who they look like ass in hand? They lost. I think it was Sweden. They lost. They beat. Is it Croatia? They beat? Or
I don't know. It's just like the reason why I know guys go to GB is because they really want that photo op. The photo op is elite. You get to raid a Great Britain uniform. You've ticked it off your list. You play 1 year. You're done. You're out. Do you get what I'm saying? And we could bang on about GB for ages, but like these guys are our best guys are pros. So asking them to come pay to play is like, I'm not even a pro. I don't want to pay subs. Like for real, like you know what I'm saying?
How much subs do you owe across the team?
I don't owe no subs. I don't know. That's serious. I always pay for my subs. Always.
Oh no.
But like at this age now, if you want me to come to your team and you're asking me to pay subs, I'll be like, because I don't like. I have opportunities where I don't have to. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's hard to get me to move, and you won't even do that. To me, is the bare minimum. So imagine a guy that is an elite talent now. He just ran a 40 in an NFL combine. He just had a CFL tryout. One of the guys is in ELF. He just played in Berlin Thunder or wherever. He just won a national championship. And now you're asking him to pay for his flights and hotel. He's never that's not even his reality.
Shout out Jason Salome and Glenn Conga, man. Glenn, we see you. I know you're not probably here, but we see Glenn here.
But yeah,
he's another one.
Someone needs to just say this out loud. Like, these guys aren't used to having to pay for what is the bare minimum. I didn't even pay for my. I've never played quarterback in my life. I didn't pay for my flight to Romania. I have a skill set.
Shout out Target FG says lies pricing pay at O's. Damn.
Yeah, he has no idea what he's talking about.
People got receipts on you, bro.
He definitely
got
doesn't.
Receipts.
How can you have a receipt?
People got receipts. Oh, yeah, fair. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No,
so
but I hear you.
Yeah. So you're so right. Check this right. So a guy plays in the ELF. He's got fans. He's signing autographs.
Yeah.
You know, he gets free helmet, kit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're asking him what size glove he wears. And then he gets an email from GB saying he's got to be back in the UK to practice at Nottingham, and also it's 30 quid.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Just it's not gonna happen.
You know the ones you put the email in spam or junk mail, you know?
Yeah. I personally know guys.
Yeah.
I personally know guys that were just like, they were talking to the GB was talking to them. They want them to come practice, and they're looking at the coach like, "You're gonna have to pattern this for me because I ain't coming."
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So they need to figure that out. You know, they do need to figure that out. Even if this is something that the wider American football community in the UK subsidizes through, you know, the registration fee that we pay. I think, you know what? I think a lot of us would be more satisfied, and this is no disrespect to Pete or any of the paid members at BAFA, but if it remained volunteers and our money went to subsidizing the GB program
100%.
in a bigger percentage, I think we'd 100%. All be in for that. If we knew out of our 50 quid or how much it is right now, because I don't know how much it is, but our 60 quid or whatever, that 40 pound of that contributed to the GB program, I don't think you'd hear any complaints.
100%.
You know?
That's big, but
I know that money pays for refs and other stuff and blah blah blah. I don't know the finances per se, but if we all knew that our money was going to the national program, I don't think you'd hear any complaints.
Yeah,
because you're just asking paid professionals to come play for the national program
and
risk their bodies.
Yeah,
you know,
we get to win, like
and get to win.
More I'd like to see than see GB athletes, you know, lift the trophy, because
100%.
Those guys that have aspirations to play in the CFL and the GFL and the ELF. Listen, you put your CV, you're a world champion for your country.
Yeah.
You look nice.
You know what else? You know what else is? I think as a UK import, not talking about me, but I think in general when they go out there, guys don't really expect much from them because they're from the UK. And it's just like, it's because our national program, they've never seen the best version of what it could be. Everyone kind of knows French players are ballers because we've all seen the French program just go out and just dominate, and their pro league is sick. You know what I'm saying? We already know this about Germany. We know this about other countries, but people don't know that, you know, we do have guys that can play here sometimes, and they're almost shocked, like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. You know, I think GB has so much potential. You know,
there's just too many. There's too many good players. There's too many.
Yeah.
And there's new ones every year, and now they're getting filtered through academy. They're getting sent off to America. We're never going to see them again. We're never going to see them again.
Shout out Peter Lawrence, man. He's out here, getting offers, like real offers. But
man, like we know, there's a lot of athletes that are so good. We're never going to see them again. They've never been through GB under 19s because they had to pay. You know, they never suited up for the men's team because they had to pay. You know what I mean? Like the program has missed out on so many guys just because of that simple fact. You know. Now, rest in peace to Neo, because when I got brought to the O's, I didn't have a lot of money. I couldn't afford my sub straight away. I had to pay it off in little chunks in here. And he said, listen, money's never going to be a barrier to you playing on this team because of your talent.
I never forget the text message you sent. And he said,
here we go.
So he said basically, what's your deal? Something about what's your deal? Basically, classic Coach Neo is like, well, I don't get your deal, Paris. Like, you're the most talented player not to make an effort. Talented athlete.
I think he called me. He called me. I kept it. This was like my first season at O's. Like maybe it was like game 3, and I just wasn't making plays. And he definitely knew I could, and I just wasn't making plays. He was like, "You are the most talented underachiever I've ever met." I was just like, I saved it. I screenshotted it. I put it as my wallpaper. You know what I'm saying? I screenshotted it.
Yeah. I miss him, man. Honestly, I miss him so much. Yeah. I miss him so much. The guy is one of a kind, man. There's nobody like Coach Neil. There will never be anybody like him. Yeah.
But I still have to go to this blue versus white game because I think hypothetically, this should be the best football that I'm gonna see in like all year in the UK. This is it.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know if they're gonna keep like proper scores or whatever. I'm interested to see how it's gonna be organized and how it's gonna run.
I'm excited to see James Cook throw with some elite dudes that are kind of experienced.
What do you think about that addition? Because we know I don't know if he's active or inactive, but
I don't know. I just saw him on the roster. I'm excited to see that. He's a talented dude. Like I'm looking forward to that. That's why I'm like, I gotta be there. I gotta see this. I just gotta see it.
Anybody on the roster that surprised you?
It's a lot of guys I don't know, so I'm assuming it's a lot of younger guys now.
Yeah.
So I was almost like I was looking at who wasn't there more than who was there. Do you get what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, but then it's just like it is what it is. There's some QBs I didn't really recognize, like from the north. That's going to be interesting. Again, I'm all about QB play because I know that's where it starts.
Yeah,
I just know
100%.
Line play and QB play.
Yeah. If you can stretch the field, you always have a chance. If you can stretch the field,
it's about being able to do
dictate.
You know what? It's like we're trying to get the basics of football, and throwing a passing game is a part of football. And there's too many teams that can't execute a passing game right now. There's too many. It's embarrassing.
It's sad, Like you want to be on a team where you can confidently air raid, like
where
you can just like one half. We're not gonna run it. We're just gonna And for linemen, it's easier. Like
you don't have to be run blocking all game.
Pass setting is easy for a lineman. Okay, this is a chance to kind of take a breather. Like if you're running every play, and then mentally you have no other weapon, that is emotionally and physically draining. So the fact that if we wanted to, we could throw 30 or 40 yards. We could get a penalty of 15 yards. For another 20 yards and still make or 30 yards and still make.
I'm looking forward to a solid, consistent passing game. Now I'm looking forward to seeing all the new running backs, receivers, the DBs. We had some amazing players come through that program, and it's just a shame, man. But what I was gonna say is just switching gears a bit, just a little bit, but talking about Tamworth a little bit.
Can't you see? I've had to eat my word. Like I said, some of you might be wondering why I'm wearing this, orange hat. Like I said, shout out Tamworth, man. I'm part of the familia now.
You're part of the family.
Yeah, but Manchester Titans are my allegiance now lies with the Tamworth Phoenix. Like I said, sold me a dream. Shout out, Coach. Is it McGugan or McGowan?
You know what's crazy? Here's the cap of the day. This is a mad hot take, but potentially this is the year that a North team wins the championship and beats the Warriors. The Warriors are never going to be this weak. After this year, they're not going to be this weak. The Warriors are not going to be this bad next year. They're not bad now, but they're just going to get better. Next year, they're just going to be better. This is them bouncing back from a COVID year. So this is the time to hit them in the juggler. If you don't, Yeah, because I think Warriors who can show up right now are showing up like just at half strength. Like they're going through a bit of like a transition. So this is if you're a team right now, this is the time to beat them. Yeah, it's now.
Yeah.
It's now.
Because the game against the Tamworth versus Matt Tyner's game was tight. It was literally for me from the Instagram lives. It was how Brickball I think should be played, where it's not you're not getting such a massive disparity. So it seems like the North, you know, in terms of the Prem North is getting even tougher. When you're seeing the likes of, you know.
Because I'm very sure I'm quite shocked that Warriors didn't blow out the Blitz. Didn't blow them out. I thought they would have blown. I just basically thought they were going to blow out more or less everybody encountered. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't.
Kudos to them. They're still 6-0. Damn, the Blitz are sixth. Or were they fourth? Fourth in the league now. I think they're 2-4. Damn. You know, I'd like to be a fly in the wall. You know, with Coach Anderson, Coach Damien Anderson.
I don't know, but the Tamworth offense might do it. They might be able to keep pace. They might, but if it's not this year, it's not happening the year after. London teams just the talent pool is just a lot bigger. No.
Like I said, I'm rocking the orange and black. I'm no longer rocking the blue and gold.
Look at you, turncoat.
There you go. Like I say, bro. The Stallions beat the Hornets, bro.
That's absolutely mad.
But then the Stallions beat the Hornets.
The Hornets are playing with like 10 people.
Oh, because it was.
They're like a small squad.
It was an away game. Yeah,
it's an away game. They probably just didn't travel well. I don't think that's real. I don't want to talk about Div 1.
Why? If the Hornets come up, like I said in the last point, if the Hornets come up, bro, that's gonna be stress, man.
Not really. I mean, again, I don't think they have the infrastructure to survive in the Prem. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that you have to take the hats off to Kent. Kent are built to maintain a certain homeostasis when it comes to the quality of the squad, and they've definitely gotten better in since last season. In some regards, in terms of the squad, they've been able to maintain a certain quality. They keep attracting guys there. And I know when I went there, I was really impressed by the setup, and that will always bring good players in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Competing with the Warriors is difficult because Warriors have winning on their side. They have winning. That's always going to bring elite guys in, regardless of like how serious training is or whatever. They have winning on their side, you know. So that's the best recruitment tool. But yeah, I think Kent are going to be more or less a mainstay in the Prem now, you know. And for any Div 1 team, that has to be the example. Like Wembley is like a program. Sussex is a program where they have the facilities and, you know, the film and everything to be in the Prem, but they don't have Prem squads. Like, they don't have Prem squads. They don't have Prem players. They don't have Prem squads. There isn't a massive difference between Div 1 and Prem, but there's definitely a massive difference between the top of Prem and everybody else. Like, for sure. They're playing a completely different sport. It's completely different. You know, no shade to anyone. If you want to take it personal, that's fine. I still play. I can still clear up, and I will dust you 1-on-1. It's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, someone has to just talk the fucking truth. Like, so many times people don't want to speak the truth. Want to be too fucking nice. Like, we're not doing nice at the moment. Like,
no way.
Yeah. No, I wish it wasn't like that. I wish there was 8 teams that were on the same level.
Yeah.
You know. But it's
like,
go on.
No, go on. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, like, organization is everything, coaching staff is everything, you know. What is it? You know, a team ethic, work ethic is super important. It's top down. And the Warriors have that from the top down. You know, the Blitz have it from the top down, which is why they're never going to be in contention of relegation ever. You know,
but I think I think it's sad, because for me, I don't think there's there's a problem with egos in this country. Like there are more people for me were teams. I'm not naming any names, but teams are more interested in putting 50 burgers on another team.
Yeah.
Then I don't think anybody actually wants the game to develop deep down. So some teams,
yeah. All right, let's talk about this.
Because first and foremost, you're a student of the game, Paris. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? Obviously, you've got a network of.
Hold that thought. Let me just turn this light on.
Yeah. Paris out here doing some putting on his mood lighting.
Get some color in here.
Yeah, I put your mood light on.
Big kid. All right, go on.
Yeah. So So I think the development of the game it's important for the game to develop. I think the mindset of teams needs to change. And because I'm talking about the American model here. Just put the American model from what we see, in terms of the NFL and what we see in like high school athletes and how different players from different teams can easily just get together and train. Like it's a thing like where you just in the off season where you just get together and train. Whereas here it's like, oh no, we're the Titans.
Okay.
Oh no, we're the Hornets.
Yes.
We don't train together.
I don't think that's the biggest issue. I think just amongst the players I've been around, like I've trained with Warriors players, trained with Hornets players, like outside of the whole, no one takes Baffa seriously like that. I don't think that's the problem. I think it comes when I had a particular situation where I was playing for one team, but I wanted to coach the junior team of another team. And they wouldn't let me do that. I don't need to because the people that know that were involved, they know. And I think that right there, like little things like that, oh, you don't play for our team, so you can't coach here. And I'm like, because how's it going to look to the kids if you're playing for another team but coaching here? And I'm like, well, it's either I'm the best for the job or for the development or they're not. But if you're going to take away anyone that wants to contribute to developing those players because you're worried if I can play for your adult team in Div 1, you know what I'm saying? You're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're stupid. I think, again, one of the most important things for any person trying to create an elite club is you have to get rid of the mindset there's a problem. There's definitely a problem that I've encountered a couple of times now, and it is the lack of standards. So when you go to a Warriors or you go to a Blitz, those two particular programs, because no other team does this, you can't just show up and just play for them. You would literally just be stared at, or you will be paying subs, but you will not be seeing field. There is no you pay subs so you see field.
That happened to me, boy.
Yeah, they're like, you need to be in this particular shape.
Straight,
You can't help us win if you're not your best version of yourself. We only want the best version of yourself. Otherwise, you're a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? And in order for a club to become elite, they need to rather have 20 players who are elite than 50 who pay subs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? True. This is why Neo said to me what he said to me. He said, you can do more for this team with your talent. It's not so important that you pay your subs on time or whatever. Is you are of my standard to play. And that's what I want. We'll figure out the rest. You know, versus people who go, oh, he pays it on time, he's gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. There's just guys that that come to a team. It's just like you don't meet the physical standard. You're not trying to be in the physical standard. You've been here for 3 years. You've never been the physical standard, and yet we keep putting you on the field. You get what I'm saying? Because
is that the same problem with GB?
Because we're friends. Because we have a laugh. Blah blah blah. This kind of fun. It's just like it doesn't contribute to winning. It's not a successful model. There's no team like that that's successful doing that. You know, I don't care how much of a good bloke you are. You're not a good bloke if you're not strength and conditioning and you're not training outside of practice. You know, you're just not. You can pay your subs on time all you want, but it's kind of useless to me. You know, there are guys like at other clubs. You will pay your sub. You'll turn up to training. I'll talk to you. Blah blah blah. When it comes to game time, you'll get 0 game time because we're focused on winning, and you can't help us win. You know, and winning needs to be at the forefront of everyone's mind when they do these things. They can't worry about rotations. I had experience with this where I was rotated out of a game just because, you know, and I traveled all the way down to this club to play, you know, and they were rotating me out for fairness. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it gets a bit crazy. Yeah.
And it was just like, okay. And you know, I didn't do all the things I wanted to do for that club in terms of my play personally, but in my head, if I felt like I'm good enough where like there's no way unless I've asked to be taken out of a game, there's no way I'm coming out of the game. Do you get what I'm saying? But then that's that participation. I can't even say the word. But that mindset, that participation mindset, is just BS. It's BS. It's BS. It's no. No. Just no. That's what's killing teams. Because you know your squads would look a lot smaller if you actually turned down people and said that maybe you should go play here. You know what I'm saying? This is your level. Go play here and then come back. Have standards, you know. Have standards. Too many teams don't have standards, and they keep allowing guys to pad their roster that just don't belong there. And those guys get upset because then they might not play as much as they think they should. This is like, well, who told you was good enough to play in the first place? Did no one sit you down or pull you to the side? Like these coaches, some of these coaches don't have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Neo because he definitely had that conversation with you.
He didn't read, boy.
Yeah,
too many times.
He's like a big fella.
And he's the reason why. Like, there's no play that I don't dominate, man. I'll try to dominate. It gets to the point where I feel like I'm too aggressive for the sport because I've been, because I'm not gonna like Coach Neo conditioned us, man. Like, to mentally take this to another level. Like,
I think one of the most respectful things you can do to a human is tell them the truth. You know, anytime you're not telling a player the precise truth about what you think about their game in particular, you're not respecting them and you're holding their progress back. And I see it too often on these rosters at the moment where I just see, I'm just like, fat receiver, fat cornerback. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, and you're just like, would you let him put on pads for you? You let him put on pads for you. You know, like, are you serious? I talk to my players straight all the time. I'm like, this is what I feel like your role can be for this team. Or I'm going to hold you out in a play. Or you're only going in on plays where you don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gosh.
Because you have to have a standard of what you want to see out there.
And shout out to you. What are you, 2-0? You're on
2-1. We just lost to the Blitz, unfortunately.
How was that? Because that's supposed to be a big game for you guys, right?
It was an intense game. It was a 14-6.
Damn.
So he's down yeah, I know. We didn't have a quarterback. Our quarterback had to go to work.
Okay, so I I've done this to Jay, to Coach Solanke. So I'm doing this to you, Coach P. Like, the Renegades. You're part of a program that nobody cares about. Yeah, no one cares about the Renegades. But you got people like yourself and people like Coach Danny Tinker and people like shout out Coach. Is it Steve? Coach Steve.
Coach Steve, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you guys care, right? So what is, because a lot of talent has come out of the Renegades. Yeah, but no
Low
one
key,
talks about it
no
because
one talks about it.
South London
The
and
QB for
South
the top
London is
program, the QB for the top program right now is from the Renegades.
there. You go. There you
The
go.
QB for the Warriors is from the Renegades. It's top
There you
program.
go. There you go. That's facts. That's
That's
facts. Not,
facts. That's
that's straight
facts.
facts. There you
That's
go.
facts.
So
He's about
you
to
as
bust up the Buffer division
there you
in a
go.
second. He just bust up the Warriors. Go
There
on.
you go. There you go. So you as a junior coach, yeah, as a
Hmm.
coach who's coaching the junior program, what is your perception of the South London Renegades? Like, be honest. Like, be as honest as you can without, because
The South London Renegades, just like kind of like what the Big Kid Project does. Well, first of all, you got to understand. I think we're the only program that doesn't charge players to play.
um, right,
So
damn,
for us, what we do isn't really about football. Football is just a
mm,
vehicle. You
mm,
every time I coach is an opportunity for mentorship or to
mm,
just give kids something to do, something to focus on, something to look forward to. The Blitz game was a super emotional game. It was intense because these guys really wanted to win. They were
mm,
sick and tired of coming close to beating the Blitz and not beating them.
mm,
Um, because this program does a lot for them. They wouldn't be able to play football if they had to pay for it. You know,
damn,
they're from lower income area of London, and buying pads, helmet, traveling, etc. The costs just add up, and we just remove the cost, the equipment cost,
yeah,
and the subs and fees that are associated with football. And even equipment wise, some of them have definitely been given equipment. I've given out too many pairs of gloves. Jonathan is giving a lot of players cleats. Like,
mm,
we're trying to remove the barriers for them to access football. It's super important
yeah,
because some of these guys end up in the academy or they end up in uni based on some of the plays they've made for us. Like after the Hertfordshire game, I think we got a ton of emails from universities asking about our players, and which is amazing because some of these guys never even considered going to university.
mad,
Before American football, you know, they didn't even consider university, and then they went, "Oh, I can go to academy,
mm,
like and that could be like academy and then American high school or D1 program potentially." I've got, I think, two guys that I feel like I see that happening for,
mm,
and I've got two linemen that I think are going to be GB standard, if not GB standards already, you know, and so yeah, Renegades to me is just about removing the barriers to American football, and then via that showing them that there's a pathway for them to do things that they never thought they could do
that's it,
educationally. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Um, it's yeah. I think it's the only way to run a program. You know,
mm,
we don't have high school football here, so this is their high school football.
yeah,
It's a shame that we're a small program. We don't have the backing really of a larger program behind us. We're kind of
mm,
loosely associated with the O's via the
okay,
coaches Jonathan and Danny, but we're not really. We're just really our own thing.
yeah,
Like I had a pre-season, we had a residential trip, which was a
yeah,
super
yeah.
amazing.
What
I've
was
got
that
these
like? What was that like?
man, like what it is, yeah. You got 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, well, 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. They don't think they're kids.
Mm.
They don't even know that. Think about it.
Yeah,
I've got young men and girls that don't know they're kids.
yeah,
They've forgotten like the pressures of what they've seen on social media and the pressures of London in general has got them
yeah,
thinking that they need to be working as hard as you work. Like they have to
yeah,
pay bills and they have to do this and they have to do that. And they, what I'm saying, they have to wear this and they have to
mm,
talk this particular way. They've forgotten that they're kids.
yeah,
And the residential trip was just a time for them to kind of like take all that pressure off their shoulders.
mm,
Like 3 days, they didn't have to think about where their food is coming from, you know, what they're going to do, who's around what corner in London, or blah blah blah. This time the third.
Trust me.
They just got to be kids. They got to play they just got to be kids for a second. No bravado, no hard man routine, none of that. They just got to be kids, and I feel like that was quite impactful on me in understanding that as much as I want to go win a national championship with this program, like there are bigger things than just winning a ring. For this particular program. Do you get what I'm saying? It's definitely important to me and it's important to the kids, but their development as young adults is the best outcome. If their experiences of the highs and lows of American football gives them enough lessons, that they now take that into adult life in terms of leadership and working hard and grinding, etc., having those fixed ideas and goals, like, is so important, and American football is a vehicle to introduce that concept to them. So that's what the Renegades program is. I think you know what, to be fair, all junior programs, a lot of the junior coaches probably do it for the same reason, but I think what makes us unique again is the removal of the cost of it.
That's huge.
That's huge. It is.
That's huge.
And I probably, it's been difficult. Coaching's probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Just because I do care. I care about these kids a lot. I don't want to see them hurt. It's hard seeing them get hurt and stuff like that. Some of them, they just treat it like it's too important sometimes. They don't want to be taken. They got ACL sprain or whatever, and you got to make them understand they got the rest of their lives to play this game. Like, you don't need to fight so hard. And some of them fight. I had real tears on the sideline the last game, like real tears. I had kids crying, and it means something to them. It means something to them. So I hope that anyone that wants to contribute to Renegades or help out, understand that these kids really are invested. It's really important to them, and it's definitely their interactions with me, with Coach Steve, with Coach Jonathan, with Coach Danny. Those little conversations, the little bit of banter that we have, like every 2 days out of the week, is super important to them. It gives them peace, it gives them something to do.
Shout out Coach Steve. Like as I've had.
He's amazing. He's
I've
amazing.
Had numerous coaches. I've had numerous conversations with Coach Steve, and that's a genuine.
I think what people don't realize about Coach Steve is Coach Steve is all about the kids.
Oh yeah.
He's all about the kids. Like,
oh yeah.
And he's been doing this for a long time, and he just wants to see them win. He wants to give them a win, give them the feeling of winning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I could help out in whatever way I could to just help him with that, because he knows how important that feeling is. You know what I'm saying? And how it can transform you as well. They get to go, I'm 2-0 this week. I'm 2-1 this week. I'm in one of the top teams in the country. I'm one of the best players in the country. They get to say that. But yeah, doing juniors is super hard. Doing
How do you keep their heads? Because I played basketball when I was younger. I may not look it, but I used to play basketball for the London Towers when we were dominant. We were 14, and then when we got on a nice streak where we started to dominate when we should have been dominating, our heads we started to lose our heads. We weren't turning up early to practice. We weren't missing some midweek sessions. How do you deal with the personalities when you get young guys who are winning, not putting much effort in, right? But they're winning because they're just that good.
All right, so you know what? This is something that we've encountered. This is something we encountered. So we went 2-0 against teams that were less talented than us. They had more numbers, but they weren't as athletically gifted. I put a lot of work into introducing a playbook, and I still haven't installed it. If I'm being completely honest, like we haven't even approached maybe even 10% of what the playbook is. That's how good they are. You gotta understand, I've got a team where guys are playing two sides of the ball. No, there's no subs. They play specials, offense, and defense. And it's not a coincidence that my best players on offense happen to be my best players in defense. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, I think Coach Danny can agree with this. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that the guys that showed up to the residential, I think it was like 13 in total, are the guys that make all the plays in the field. It's easy to keep that 13 engaged because they've been a part of that team building thing. And so they feel accountable to each other.
Yeah.
You know, and they, you know, a lot of them, I gave them a speech talking about winning. I don't think they realized how serious I was because I was like, we're gonna beat Wembley, we're gonna beat Hertfordshire, we're gonna struggle. We should beat the Blitz. We should have beat the Blitz with our full squad. We would have beat the Blitz with our current squads. You know, we got injured on the day and we didn't beat them, but we could have beat them for sure. And I'm gonna just take the ownership of that and say maybe it was bad play calling or I didn't work with the personnel that I had. But I definitely feel like we can definitely beat the Blitz. Keeping those guys engaged was, first of all, I think them winning their first game in a long time. Last year they didn't win, was super important. And then having that personal relationship, the residential camp really helped. But having that personal relationship with them was super important and showing them that you care about them outside of American football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then being and you know, like I have a lot of respect for the young people. I do. Like I have respect for them and I try my best to speak to them with respect. You know what I'm saying? Like there's definitely a time where that does backfire in a way where they, you know, the banter gets a bit too much, where it's just like, yo, I'm your coach, I'm not your friend.
It's like yo P.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're in the middle of the drill. Shut the fuck up now.
It's for me.
Yeah. So there's definitely a balance that I'm still mastering, but this is like my second year. My first year I wasn't really involved, but this is like my first year being really, really involved. And striking that balance, but talking to them with respect and showing them that you care about their health, even when they don't care about their health. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also showing gratitude where you can. Like, I always tell them, thank you for playing two ways, even though I know you want to be a D lineman. Thank you for coming playing O-line. Thank you.
Yeah.
You play cornerback this week. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Showing genuine appreciation, not acting like it's a privilege for them to be coached by me. It's a privilege to get to coach players that don't second guess it. And last year we had players that refused to play two ways. You know, this year, and I feel like this is a part of what I brought to the table was that I was a player that had to play two ways for a season. You know what I'm saying? And that was super, super hard. Super hard not getting the shine at receiver that I wanted to get. But I never said no. Even though you could see visibly I didn't want to do it, I never said no. And I balled. And to the point where people were like, oh, you should switch a corner. And I'm like, fudge that. But now I have kids. Now I have kids that coaches are going to get. And you're going to get a kid that has played linebacker and running back and cornerback. And he's made plays at all of those. And he doesn't care. You know, like, they don't care. They don't care if it's O-line or, like, I've got players that don't care. They want to see film. They're here to see. My quarterback is our best linebacker. My quarterback plays linebacker. People keep their quarterback on the sideline. My quarterback is the best linebacker on our team right now. You know, my running
shout
back.
out Peter Lawrence, man. Peter Lawrence, who's your quarterback now?
Oh
Madison.
No, our quarterback is Jonathan.
Okay.
I can't say his second name. I don't want to butcher it. Respect to Jonathan. But like he's our best.
Say Pete. Say participation again.
No. Participation. Fuck you, man. But just I have players that like love to play two ways.
God.
They love to just play the game. They've developed a love for the game. Like I have an O lineman that was a D tackle, refused to play O line before. You know, balling at O line, killing guys at D tackle. I got a pure D lineman, one of those D lineman personalities that you never think would ever play O line. Shout out to Rashawn. Rashawn was like, O line? What's he joking? Now he's like, yeah, put me on. That's the attitude that they have. You get what I'm saying? I love that from them. Like I love that. I love that. I respect it because I understand how difficult that is. Like to just be in a position you don't want to be in.
Yeah.
So I've
But
got a
you
core of guys.
put the team first. You know, put the team first.
So I have a core of guys that always show up. You know, always, and they're my best players. You know, now getting the other guys who are on the fringes to show up to practice consistently, whether it be on a Wednesday or Sunday, is super difficult. But getting them early and getting them accountable to each other, getting them messaging each other like, why weren't you at practice? Blah blah blah. Like that's the kind of guys I have. I have that core of guys that do that on my behalf. I don't even have to say anything. You know, I've got a kid who lives in Wembley, who travels down to South London to come practice. Doesn't want to train at Wembley, wants to train here because of the relationship that I have with him. Do you get what I'm saying? That's super, super important. But it's because I showed respect and I just told him what his potential was. I really believed it, you know, and I told him thank you. I showed him gratitude. You know, just thank you. You know, I think sometimes, it goes a far. Saying thank you goes a long way.
Yeah.
Recognizing people goes a long way. Saying, hey, listen, I'm sorry I didn't get you into this game. That's my fault. Taking accountability, extreme accountability. I don't blame my player. If my players mess up, I'm thinking about how I could have put them in a better position. Did I get them doing it at practice? Why didn't they make that play? It's my fault.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were good enough to be on the field, so then it's my fault why they didn't make that play. And then
that's deep because a lot of coaches don't have that type of mindset, you know.
No, I think okay, all right. So say you're my O lineman,
yeah,
and I put you on the field, and you are blocking nobody. First of all, why have I put you in the field, and why haven't I installed in you the fact that I need the best version of you on that field?
Yeah.
And I'm not checking in on you, making sure, hey, are you at the gym? Hey, are you working on that diet, etc., etc. Like, why am I not doing that? If I really want to win, how have I enabled you? Can I honestly say I've done everything I can? Like, I have to take ownership because finger pointing ain't something that winners do. You know what I'm saying? What am I meant to turn around and tell a 19-year-old or 18-year-old that it's your fault that we lost? You know? The only thing that I can say that I can't control is whether they come to practice or not. But I'm definitely trying. I'm definitely telling you that you need to be here in order for us to be successful. In order for you to be successful, I need you at practice. I need you doing certain things outside. But outside of that, there's a lot that I have to take accountability for. Now, on the flip side of that, it's about me also installing in my players the mindset that they're accountable for when they don't make plays on the field. No. So
on the back of that,
yeah.
On top of that, because obviously we spoke to Jay and his experience with coaching the GB under 19s, and his experience coaching the Brunel Burners. Without naming names, can you remember a time where you've given somebody the hair dryer treatment? If you have
hair dryer,
what happened? Yeah, you know, Alex Ferguson used to. You know, the stories about Alex Ferguson and how the great coaches know how to give people like a bit of a hair dryer treatment, so they maybe shout or talk to them, or you know, in a certain way that gets a reaction out of them. So you want to do it deliberately to
there's because I have a certain relationship with certain players in the team. There's certain ways that I talk to them that I don't talk to other players for sure. Hair dryer, I don't think no one. You know what it is? This is important actually because I do shout at my players. I do. I never shout at them. I'm just shouting. You know what I'm saying?
I can't imagine you shouting. You know?
Can't
you're
you?
Very calm. No, you're calm.
You know what's crazy? Definitely, but when it comes to American football, just something just flips.
Yeah,
like there's an intensity that I feel like I definitely I don't necessarily play with intensity. I'm quite light-hearted when I play.
Yeah, I know you're rude. You're rude, you know, because you're light skinned, but you're rude.
But hair dryer,
you're rude. You're lighty because you're rude. But I can't imagine you shouting.
No, well, okay, like I have a player. Shout out to Diamond. Shout out to Diamond, but guaranteed in the game. Diamond is gonna walk off the field, throw his helmet, and tell everybody, "Don't talk to him."
For no reason.
Not for no reason. He's always got a valid reason, but he's guaranteed to do it. Yeah. But I think one thing I've gotten good at with him is I don't go, "Oh, Diamond, please, bro, we got a game, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yo, we need you here." Now the energy of that is, "What the fuck are you doing?" Blah blah blah. But the words are, "We need you." Like, as much as you're upset, we need you. So I never, like, I remember he stormed off the game in the Blitz game. He got a touchdown after this. But I went to him, he's storming off. I'm like, "Diamond," he throws his helmet. I'm like, "Diamond, pick up your helmet." Picks up his helmet. This is someone that nobody can tell him nothing. It always amazes me to see this because he knows that I have like respect for him. So he knows that if I'm shouting at him, I'm not shouting at him. I'm just high energy. And then before he just go on have a meltdown, and we haven't got Diamond for 10 plays. Like, but I've built a relationship now. It's like he might miss one play and that's it. He's back in. He's gonna be calm. But hairdryer, I'm not really effing them blind, and I don't like to degrade my players or tell them they're stupid or blah blah. No, none of that, man. Like, I don't believe in that, like, at all. Like, I don't believe in that. I definitely, if I'm ever shouting at a player, I'm telling them that they can make that play, and to go, and I'm gonna put them out there to go make it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm never like, I'm not just laying into them and trying to tear them apart. Like, what's the point? I'm not that type of teammate. I'm just not that type. So I can't say that I've ever. I'm just saying, get it next time. That's what I want from you. I don't want you. I don't mind. I told him, like, I remember I told one player before the game, I was like, "I've already forgiven you." I know.
They're mind games. Those mind games.
No, but it's just like, I know at one point you're gonna make a mistake. And what I need from you is to just make the mistake, and then just don't make it again. Like, I just said, don't make the same mistake. Don't mind you making mistakes. Just never try and have a mentality of never making the same mistake twice. Do you get what I'm saying? So so I tell them already, like, "Hey, it's all right if you mess up. It doesn't mean that I don't freeze anyone out of a game, you know." And I definitely am aware. Like, I know one player in particular, she didn't get in the game this time around, and I'm actually kicking myself. I do have little, like, battles with Steve as well, because he's like, "Paris, why are you calling that play for that player?" And I'm like, "Listen, yeah. In the game, I said this to him. I went to him, that guy has been at practice consistently for the last 3 months. He's gonna touch the ball, because then he can never say that I didn't give him an opportunity. And I gave that player multiple opportunities. Did fuck all with the ball, but at the same time, he knows that if he comes and puts the work in, I'm gonna see that, and I'm paying attention. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I like to reward that. Do you get what I'm saying? I want to see that, you know. So, but yeah, hairdryer. No. Hairdryer, because I've got the kind of kids that are liable to want to take their pads off and fight you. Like, I can't just
Trust me.
Like, I haven't got like seasoned American football players where they're nodding, yes coach, no coach, free bag, full coach. Like, nah, I ain't got those yet. It takes time. That's like at the intersection of them being experienced in American football, them feeling like it's a privilege to be coached by you, and them having respect, and then them knowing that you have respect for them. Then you can go like that. But going that to a year one guy from South London in an under-19 program, you know, not going to work. All you're going to do is be facing, I don't know, it's just going to be Street Fighter. There's no need. And I mean, we both have definitely witnessed that, where a coach has forgotten that he's talking to a grown man.
Yeah, man. We've seen some player coach fights.
Yeah,
so many player coach fights.
There's too many times where it's just like you haven't built the rapport to talk to a player like that, and he's a grown man. He ain't getting this. Don't feed his family. You know what I'm saying? Respect is something you always got to lead with, man. Even with young adults, man. Like, respect, gratitude, and try and avoid that hairdryer shit. No way.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, everyone. Like I said, yeah. Please drop a comment in the super chat. Like I said, we'll try our best to get to it. This is going to be like a weekly show we're going to run. So, like I said, feel free to drop comments in the super chat, and myself and P or whoever's here, whoever's hosting, will be able to get to your super chat questions or comments.
You know one thing I like? I like the fact that people don't know I'm in X's and Os. I have the best system.
This random guy just turns up.
This is a random guy on the podcast. Who is he? Like, what the?
You know.
Oh, did you watch? I don't know if we spoke about this. Did you watch the? First of all, actually, before I say this, I just want to say shout out to Chris Wedderburn, Chad, Glenn. You know, all the British guys abroad right now in the ELF doing their thing, man.
Snowman,
Tyrese Johnson as well. Like all of you guys, man. Like shout out to you.
Big Ollie. Bernard Adler looking good though. I think they're 2-0 now.
Yeah, I think Nathaniel's out there. Nathaniel Prince, former GB receiver. Yeah. He scored, I believe. Yeah, I try my best to keep up with all the British guys that I can.
Yeah.
But because I'm not a big social media head at the moment, I kind of lost touch with where everyone's playing.
Yeah.
But I do try to like send a DM or send a message just saying, look, I support you. Like, I hope you get to wherever you need to get to, man.
Yeah.
Because
where's the best place to stream the games? Like the GFL games?
What, the GFL games? You know, on the
like
American Football, the AFI website.
Yeah.
They have a link to all the streaming games. But GFL streams for free. You can watch all the GFL games for free live. And they keep all their catalogs of games. So if you missed a game, you can actually go watch the entire game like right now. They're so far ahead of us. They're like, it's annoying.
The full game.
Yeah. You can go stream all the free. You can stream all the GFL games for free. And they got a TV deal, so they don't really care about like getting you on a subscription. Whereas the ELF, you kind of have to get a subscription to see it. But the GFL is available. Like if you need to watch football right now, the GFL is available. Check out the Cologne Crocodiles because my twins playing there, man. And then check out Adler. Check out Adler because Remy's playing there. Check out the Istanbul Rams because Wedderburn and Chad are playing there. Three British guys are playing there. Sorry, I keep forgetting TJ is playing there. Also, you know, he scored his first professional touchdown as well. I'm gonna try and make some notes on this so I know where all the guys are playing because we need to support them where we can, man.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
you got some guys.
Yeah.
A lot of guys out doing some bits. Brits doing bits. So we got
for sure.
Banging, proper banging.
Yeah, for sure. But what was I gonna say? Damn, lost my train of thought. Before I said that, I was gonna say something completely different.
Let me a quick headline. Obviously, the I5 women's update. So the alleged Fab Four have been selected. Fabulous Four referees have been selected, and will represent Britain in the I5 women's championships in July.
Yeah.
So shout out to referee Alicia Darkins, David Parsons, Stuart Young, and Susanna Taylor. So shout out to you guys. We still hate refs.
And we're looking forward to going out. We're looking forward to going out and supporting the women's game as well.
100%.
I think that's actually my next move as well. Like I really want to coach the women's game.
Damn.
You know? Yeah.
Excellent.
You know what it is? Because I've got shout out to
why?
But no, shout out to Jenny, shout out to Schiffer, and shout out to Paris because you know I feel like the women's game needs like coaches that want to put effort into their development. You know, and so I feel like I'm a good coach. I've definitely focused on a lot of young gentlemen, and so I feel like I would like to kind of train some GBs and receivers for sure, and just put them in position. Yeah, they haven't got coaches that are like willing to go and they all focused on coaching Britball. Like all the best coaches like focused on coaching Britball and the men's teams and stuff like that. But I feel like being able to get them to play at a high level is definitely a bigger feat than getting guys out who already like got like big histories of playing sports or whatever. Like doing that is a little less effort, but coaching the women's game, I definitely feel like is a bigger task, like a bigger challenge. So at some point, I'll definitely be coaching women's ball for a period of time because I feel like, you know, I feel like it's a good place to put my energy.
Yeah. I've definitely your coaching skills will definitely be put to the test.
Oh yeah, like you can't then. This is not gendered at all, but like I definitely see a difference in the way that I have to coach Jenny and coach Paris and coach Schiffer, and I have to coach the boys. Maybe not Paris. Paris is a dog.
Yeah, no, she eats. Paris eats. Paris has been eating for time.
She was harassing Danny the other day, like at the Blitz game to play nose tackle. I was just like, girl, you are crazy.
I know.
She's crazy.
I know.
But yeah, it's cool that she's so fearless. She's gonna definitely be a name at some point.
So she talk about GB, playing for GB maybe one day?
Nah, you know what? Okay. I feel like I need to introduce them to some players who can kind of like transition them into the women's game.
Okay.
Well, right now, none of the girls I coach are really interested in playing women's American football. But I'm telling them, I am telling them like, listen, I feel like you can do some big things in the women's game. And there is opportunities there, so I don't want you to, just play juniors and that's it. Like, continue to play, keep the passion, But coaching women's is definitely. I don't know where I'm gonna do it, and how I'm gonna even schedule it in. But I definitely would want to for sure.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, man.
No, but as is customary, as is tradition, we always have our COTD, our cap of the day.
I thought we already did that.
We do it again. But,
okay, cool. All right, cool.
For those that are in the free seats and maybe just tuned in now, our cap of the day this week is the blue versus white scrimmage. So the GB men's scrimmage that's happening on the 12th of June. Is it meaningless? Hashtag COTD.
I'm gonna let you talk first.
What was your cap, bro? You came up with the cap.
I want you to. What's your opinion on it? I don't even want to give my opinion. I spoke a lot.
Bro, can I just say something? I think we have a good chemistry. I think.
You think so?
As in terms of like.
Definitely, what needs to happen is you definitely need to take some sound bites of this and repost it to upset people. Just no context.
Because what people don't know, me and P go a long way back. Like me and P are like brothers. Like,
man!
The other day, my wife was like, who you been talking to for so long? I said it was P, right? And it was like, you guys were talking for ages. And I was like, and she asked me what we're talking about. We're just talking about boxing. Like
boxing, hey.
Well, boxing, that's what we do. Like
that's our secret
we
passion.
Love boxing. Yeah. And then we went for boxing and then we talked to something else.
A little bit of UFC, a little bit of MMA.
Yeah, a bit of MMA.
We're sports fans. You know what? I've been trying to get into soccer because I'm sick of like being left out in the group chat when you man talking about football. I'm just like, Harry Kane, innit? Fucking.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Paris is a Spurs fan.
I decided to be a Spurs fan last year.
Yeah.
During lockdown. Just because I like Gareth Bale, innit?
Yeah.
I'm not keeping up with the news or the transfers or anything. I have no clue.
Yeah. So this blue versus white game.
All right.
Because I know some people. Now I'm going to look at it both sides.
Have you got a game? Have you got a game this Sunday?
No, training. We've got training this Sunday.
Missed that, bro. Let's go.
Oh man,
let's go.
I'm still fighting for my spot, man. Every week I gotta be at training. You know me. Once I'm locked in, Nothing else matters but training, bro.
I'm gonna pattern it. I'm gonna go.
I'm worried. I'm worried that it's going to be a disappointment because Jason Scott, like Coach Jason Scott, a lot of this I don't know what. I'd love for the game to be live streamed. I'm hoping the game is going to be the
They
scrimmage
wouldn't
is live
announce that,
streamed.
no?
Hmm?
Wouldn't they have not
They,
announced it for
they would have
streaming?
announced, yeah, true, yeah.
Or they
But
might not.
I'd love it for it to be live streamed so
Yeah.
we can see because these players are a service. Like we the fans, we want to know that like these guys,
Okay. I know what we're gonna
we're
do.
going to take time to support them.
I know
Emotional,
what we're gonna do.
we're gonna take emotional energy to support these guys, right?
I know what
So
we're
we
gonna
want
do.
to see
I've got
what
the plan.
bursts
I've
it.
got the plan. I've got the plan.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go down and watch it on Sunday.
Mm.
We're gonna pod right after on Riverside.
Okay,
And we're gonna test out Riverside on there.
cool.
And we're just
I'm
gonna
down
see
with
how
that.
this goes. But I'm gonna give you
I'm down.
my straight, like immediate reaction to that game.
No filter. No
No
filter.
filter.
Yeah.
What the hell do I have to lose? I don't even play in Russia. I'm an undefeated quarterback of Romania. I ain't nothing to lose.
This clown.
That's what happens when you're your own business, man. You can say what you want.
Listen, I don't want anyone to think I'm okay. Yeah, it's just this guy making noise. Listen, I want GB to be successful.
100%.
I want them to be successful.
100%.
But if you're rubbish, I'm going to tell you you're rubbish because I'm entitled to my own opinion. I'm not going to lie to you and say you're good.
As I said, this is meant to be the highest level of ball that we can get in this country. That scrimmage is the highest level of ball we can get in this country, hypothetically. And they've got 2 Warriors, or I don't even know how many Warriors. Let me look at this roster, in fact. Hold on a second.
On defense, like I said, Coach Burford is Burford. Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about defensively. Offensively, I don't know.
Let me just have a look.
Hey, shout Coach Adam Lillis. He says we're coys. What does that mean? Coys? It sounds like it's a football term.
Oh my! Okay, hey, look, they got Hold on a sec. I'm looking at the roster now.
They got powerhouse coaches. I can't even fault them on that.
They got the Sam Bloomfield from Manchester. James Cook is on the roster, by the way. I don't know if he's going to be there, but he's on the roster.
I'll be very surprised if James Cook is on there.
Shout out to Ashley Bailey as well. Ashley Bailey's on the roster for the blue team. He's playing in Berlin. Joshua Alsbrook. I don't know this name, but he's from Tamworth. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be interesting, yeah. It's going to be interesting because...
But,
yeah.
Hold on. Massive problem.
Who's the blue coach? I know Coach Burford is the blue coach. The white coach, something Chamberlain, I think it's something Chamberlain.
Okay, and Lillis is the OC for blue team. Duncan Burford.
Most importantly,
go on.
And I think it's important that this comes from me. And I won't go to the context of it. I'd like to publicly say CJ, Charles, Doyen Solar, hopefully I said your surname right. From the bottom of my heart, yeah. Congratulations for making the GBT. From the bottom 100%. Of my heart, as a friend, as a brother, as somebody that cares about you, even if it's from afar. Congratulations on making it to the GBT, because I know from day that's been his dream. That's been something that he's always wanted to do, and and he pushed for it, and he never gave up his dream and his hope, despite injuries, despite setbacks, whether that be emotional, whether that be physical. He stuck to his dream. And kids out there, don't give up on your dream. That's testament to you. If you want something, dream it, believe it, achieve it. And
I'm so fascinated by this. This is interesting.
What's the D line saying? You obviously got Captain Fantastic Deji on there.
Well, because there's 2 different rosters. You got to understand, they're 2 different full rosters.
Yeah,
So I've got a name. I've got a list of like 80 guys here.
Yeah.
So not all of these are going to be in the final 45.
Okay.
I know Jonathan Cobham ain't going to be there because he's got a broken leg.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out
cool.
Jonathan though. He would have been electric.
Yeah,
You know,
water
he would have
boy.
been electric. But is this game just a way of? Are there going to be any games? Do you think they're going to be? Are GB men's going to play any games? International,
Man, I don't know.
serious games
I don't
internationally.
know. You know what? Again, I'm under researched in terms of how the international American football game works. Like I don't know what they're competing for, what the time frame is, what the tournament structure is. Like, I've got no clue.
Yeah,
I just know that we're not really considered contenders for anything. You know.
It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take
Yeah.
a hell of a lot to really cause a shift. And
I'm
no
excited.
disrespect to. Yeah, I was obviously no disrespect.
But is it meaningless though?
A good old blue versus white.
Is it meaningless?
In what way? In what way? It depends on how you look at it. You know, it depends on how you look at it. If you know, if I'm a player that's come down and wants to play the game, right? I'm an import in a way, not import, but like I'm a player that plays as an import in Europe. Am I really going to go in all in against a blue versus white that doesn't mean anything?
I mean, there's
Probably
a few
not,
guys.
if I play.
Look, okay. There's a few guys on that roster that are currently under contract, I believe. Okay. Like very few. There's actually not that many international players there. And if they are international players, no offense, but they're probably not the starters. So then it's probably not as high. It's no shade or anything like that. That's how it goes. Like if I went to play on an international team right now, I'd probably be the 4th or 5th receiver. Like no cap.
Yeah.
If that, I might just be a special teamer. So it just is what it is. But yeah, I don't. Is it meaningless? Well, in the context of,
because I get the vibe that you think it is. I mean,
in the context of look, a scrimmage is an evaluation tool. They've clearly got a lot of names there. Like they've got 90 names there or whatever. They need to figure out who their final 45 is that they want to carry. So in that sense, it's not meaningless. Is it better than, I don't know, having a game lined up, whether it's an exhibition match versus whoever? It isn't better. Like it's a controlled scrimmage at the end of the day. They're not hitting nobody.
Yeah.
We know we don't win. We don't move up in rankings. The guys don't get any exposure.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know. I'll definitely look into or ask some questions as to what's happening with the GB program and if they have any international games lined up. If they don't, and they play the scrimmage and they don't play again for the rest of the year, then it's definitely meaningless. You know, it just definitely is.
I would have loved to see some promo around it because I think Clemson did something similar with Double Sweeney, orange versus white, and like they literally like there's a division. Like orange is either you're on the orange side or you're the white side. Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like I said,
let me have a look at the roster real quick. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna pick the team that James Cook is on. Maybe I'm holding him in too high a regard.
But do you think he's actually going to turn up? I don't think he's going to come.
I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. I don't know.
If he's here,
I don't know him well enough. But do you know there's 3 Kent receivers on this reason? There's 3 Kent receivers on his team.
Who are they? Cameron? Is it Cameron?
Cameron Buggs. These are guys I don't know. Antonio Capasso.
Okay, yeah.
And then another guy, James Lightbody.
Oh yeah. He's good. He's very good.
Is he?
Very good. Yeah. Can be very good.
So they get.
He reminds me of who's the guy that was at the Patriots and was like a squirrel.
What, like Edelman?
Yeah, he reminds me of
Edelman. Okay.
Very shifty. That looks undersized, but very reliable. Yeah. It's very weird. I think safeties and linebackers look at him and think, okay, he's not going to be a problem. But when you can see he's beating you on slants, and then he might do a nice go right and catch it when you thought he wasn't going to catch it. Yeah, then you start to respect him.
Oh, shout out to NK for making the GB squad. I'll send you a message, bro.
You're lying.
Yeah.
Damn. Shout out to NK because NK's putting work. Because
there's actually look. I think sometimes a lot of the criticism of the squad is there not enough Warriors players on the GB squad, but there definitely is.
Let's go into super chats. Coach
shout
Adam
out Martin.
Says, yeah, always shout out Martin, my legend. Coach Adam Lillis says we're playing European qualifiers in October, including an away match versus the current champions Italy.
Oh,
damn!
Versus the current champions Italy. Oh, now it's not meaningless.
Damn. The Italy match could be a problem, because
Italy are good.
Italy are very, very good.
Italy are good, but again, they're domestic players versus our domestic players. There's no reason why we shouldn't compete.
100%.
Like, there's no reason why it's not. So
100%. 100%.
I don't know how the other guys feel about that, but I don't know. I feel like we got a squad, we got players. Now, is it meaningless in the sense? All right, hold on. Is it meaningless in the sense that some of our best players are not playing in this scrimmage? For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what anyone says.
They need to figure out how to bring these guys in. Like they have to.
I'm disappointed. Jason Scott, you had to find a way to get certain people to play this game.
Because it's like, you know what it is now?
You have to find a way.
I think they have to choose from this roster of guys. They have to. Because these are the guys that showed up for it.
Yeah. Showed up and they paid, right? They paid.
Yeah.
They paid, yeah. So the subs are up to date. So you have to play me. So they have to play me, coach.
They have to pick from this roster of guys. If they pick if they pick a guy that wasn't in the scrimmage, that is flagrant as hell.
Yeah.
Now, if the guy is that good, then hey, it's still not fair, but okay.
Yeah.
I get it, but damn.
Yeah.
If they pick from guys that didn't show up, but we know there's a lot of British players right now that are just not at that scrimmage. I guess, scheduling wise, it's impossible. If a guy's got a pro contract and he happens to be in Istanbul or in Germany or wherever, then it is what it is. Like it's not his fault. So maybe, hopefully, I don't know if there's going to be another one planned. I don't know what the selection process is actually. There's a lot I don't know. There's a lot of that. But hey, is this the first one?
It looks like it's the first one, yeah. I haven't heard of it previously.
Do you even remember? I know they used to play each other in practice and stuff like that, but I don't remember them announcing scrimmages like this. So this is definitely new.
It's definitely something that's new. Of this magnitude, I think it's definitely something that's not been done in this way.
Hold on.
That's why I'm hoping there might be live stream. If it was live stream, that would be.
If it was live stream, then they've definitely taken a step forward. Because again, it's an opportunity for exposure.
100%.
And it's just like, if they're gonna pay, at least give them exposure. But yeah, no, they're saying it's an exhibition game. So then, and you can watch it live, and it's free admission.
What for the Blue vs. White? Damn.
Yeah, bro. Is that progress? It's progress. I don't know about you.
Great progress. Now, shout out to Coach Jason Scott. I know, Coach. I know I give you a hard time.
Look at you backpedaling. Get the hell out of here.
I sharpen the iron, man. Diamonds are made out of pressure. Don't worry. Iron sharp as iron, Coach. What do you call it? Many men.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
For it, man. Sure. He came in and said, he told us to buy a ticket. Like I said, I'm buying a ticket, Coach. I'm buying a ticket, but you need to give me more, man. I need to see more. I need to see some of these athletes balling.
Okay, all right. Check this, right? Yeah. So it says, following 11 highly competitive practices over the past 5 months, the Lions are getting closer to finalizing their game for the qualifiers. And this game will be the final opportunity for players to state their claim to a place in the 75-man squad roster.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. 75-man roster, bro.
P, you spoiled. You spoiled,
Nah,
bro.
I'm not. I'm not. I understand that you need to have like a certain pool of players in case someone goes down or can't make it. Because they usually announce the squad like a couple of weeks before they go. So I understand it, but still, 75-man roster. Final 75. Last time I checked, you can take 45 or 50.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear that. Because then they, because you know what it is, yeah. Because then they can select a certain amount of guys from there, and the guys that are still abroad can still make the roster. And technically, yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to make some space for the 18.
Room.
No, that's rude. That's rude. That's rude. That's rude. That's so rude. If that happens, that's so rude. You know, those guys will be, thinking of paying those train trips to Nottingham, waking up at 4 a.m.
Really interested to see. I'm interested to see. Obviously I play receiver and stuff, so I'm just excited to see all of the new receivers that are like coming out of uni.
Yeah.
And just all these new guys. It's just there's some names I still recognize. Like Kyle is on the squad.
Yeah, shout out Kyle. Yeah.
Number 1 from the Blitz, kid with the dreads, Luke Benjamin.
Okay.
He's been there for a while. Okay. Taylor Burke as well, Lightspeed kid from the Warriors. These are like household. These guys are household names now. Household names.
Trust you.
Getting a bit long in the tooth, but household names now.
I know.
Oh, there's some names. Jack Daly from the London Blitz. He's famous.
Damn.
I want him to sign with us. Yeah,
he's still playing.
Yeah.
Shout Adam Lillis. Adam Lillis says you have to declare 75-man to IFAF for 2022, then select 45 players for each game. Okay, brilliant. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. We still don't believe you. We still don't believe you anyway. We don't believe you anyway. Huh? Yeah?
He didn't say we.
You're corrupted.
You're
corrupted, Adam. Huh?
He didn't say we were wrong. Oh, Hobbs is there.
Will Hobbs.
I played at Sealand with Will Hobbs.
Okay, he's good.
Yeah, he is. Well, they're all GB players, so technically they're all good.
We haven't got enough time, please. We're running out of time. What? We ain't got enough time. Don't you dare open those kind of worms. You know me, bro.
Are you sure?
You know me, bro.
Oh, wow.
So what you say? You're saying that because this player, X player, has been selected for GB, he's the cream of the crop.
They did the thing. They took coaches' recommendations. They seen everybody, and these are guys that they picked. And lo and behold, there's still a lot of the names that we recognize. And no one can say they didn't get their shot. No one can say that they didn't get looked at, not once. If you really had the it thing, there's definitely new names, but there's definitely some of the same names that we've been having on the GB roster. So anyone that's mad at the selection process or feel like they didn't get a fair shot or whatever, you need to take a hard look in the mirror, because if you were it, you would have been there.
Okay, so let's.
They looked at you. They definitely saw you. Your coach sent you. Like, I can only talk on the O's. The O's sent 10 players or whatever. 10. I don't know how many the O's sent. I'll have to look, but there is one O's player on there.
Cool.
And Jonathan would have made the GB roster regardless if they changed the selection process or not, because he's that good.
Yeah.
No. So you can't say it wasn't fair, but it's not a coincidence that the same guys ended up on the roster anyway. So anyone that's saying that it wasn't fair or this time a third, or they didn't even give us an opportunity, listen, you need several.
You had your chance.
You had it, yeah.
Your chance.
Even me, like I got
Yeah.
recommended to go. I didn't go,
Yeah.
but I got recommended to go. So it's like anyone that was worth anything in terms of Brit Ball got their name put forward, 100%, from Div 2 all the way up to Prem. You know, so anybody that says that they, you know, GB's overlooking them or they're under the radar, you're not under the radar. You're not.
Shout out to the coaches, the management.
Shout out to the
management
coaches.
was really,
That was a
really good
forward-thinking thing of them to do. In terms of just saying, you know what, we're not going to wait for you to send tape. Just coaches, head coaches, send who you think is a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a lot of open tryouts.
There's a lot.
I feel like there was a lot.
Two. There was an AM. From what I remember, there was an AM and there was a PM.
Okay.
So that's definitely like what 200 players or something. I don't know. It was a lot of players because I know that O's sent the house. O's sent everybody. Like just so then, and they're not the only people. So it's just like, these are the best guys. Yeah. These are the best guys. Bar the guys that are currently playing pro right now. These are the best guys.
Yeah.
And notice how your name's not on there. I said your name's not on there.
Listen, it's a young man's game. It's a young man's game.
Explain.
I've done my time, man. I've done my time. I can't lie.
There's a couple of guys that are my age or a little bit older. So I can't really say, look, I had my opportunity, I didn't get it. Yeah. I'm not GB standard. Which is fair, you know. It's fair.
100%. Like I said, I think I could have a chance. I'm not. I mean, under this new.
Why would you do that? Man, why would you do that? Why would you put me under pressure like that and come on the live stream and expect me to agree with you?
I'll be honest. Yeah.
If they were looking for players to be angry during a game and potentially get ejected, then you're the number one overall pick.
Hey man, everyone knows when you play with Bronze Bomber, you play with you're gonna get the passion, man. You're gonna get the
leadership. You're exactly. 99 overall in passion, bruv.
There you go. Some are cool, you know, to lead.
I think I've seen you give a liver blow to a person once mid-play. And then you're 99 overall in, if you get a pancake block, you're definitely going to take 5 minutes to get up off of their body. So, yeah.
Oh, mate.
Your key skill, like you know what's crazy? I have, like, especially this season now, because I've been on the sidelines a lot. I've had so many guys go, yeah, that V's a dirty player, isn't it? I'm just like... And you know what? Because I was playing with you, I didn't really clock on. But there's a lot of little things that you do that are not necessarily football plays, sir.
Yeah.
I see why you have beef. That's what I'm saying. I see why.
Like I said, I'll be the first to admit I'm a dirty player. Yeah, it's just the way I play. I play it exactly.
It's Draymond Green.
That's exactly it.
You're here to bring intangibles, and you're here to get on their nerves, and then you're a big body.
There you go. Yeah. I put my hands up. Though sometimes those that choose to step up, and step up to the challenge and do it successfully. 9 times out of 10, they'll beat me. 9 times out. I'm not faster than you. I'm not stronger than you. I'm not technically gifted than you.
Yeah.
But just know,
love her.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it every play. You know, even when I can't bring it, I'm going to bring it.
You know what's funny? Because that's the email I sent to GB. I said, listen, I'm not the fastest receiver. I'm not the tallest. I'm not the strongest. I can barely catch a ball. I don't really run great routes. But listen, the passion.
Yeah.
I'm 99 overall in American football passion.
Yeah.
And you know that because I traveled all the way to Romania.
To play.
And now I'm undefeated.
Oh, this guy. Oh, you're clown, man. Listen, man. Oh, man. I think we should wrap up. Like I said, guys, this is the X's and Os podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. It's been myself, P, it's been myself, Mecca, aka the Bronze Bomber, and P, aka Paris. Like I said, we're gonna rock, aka Paris. What do you call yourself, Manning? Playboy Manning. Yeah.
And I just want to say, in fact, we're going to lock this in now. Is that we're going to do a live reaction to the Blue versus White scrimmage.
Yeah.
Straight afterwards. So look out for that on Sunday evening.
Yeah,
that's going to be definitely an interesting chat.
That's right.
I just want to say anything that was said in this podcast, I will say it again to your face. I don't care. You'll never see me anyway. And if you do confront me, I also don't care. I can't fight. It's fine. Be offended.
We just want to apologize.
I can't. You
to
know
absolutely nobody.
Again, I hope you take some time out to just get some no context sound bites from this.
Yeah.
Just to get us in trouble. Because we definitely play politician today, yeah. But just to get us in trouble.
Yeah.
Definitely. There was some gold here.
It's fun. Like I said, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing all things X's and O's.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, like I said, for direct notifications on when we go live. Like I said, we're likely to go live on an impromptu basis. So if you subscribe, you'll be the first to get that notification and be in the front seats. Like I said, we see you in the free seats. Keep on showing love. Keep on showing your support. Peace and love.